Welcome to the Cryptonomatron, and today I'm doing an ICO review on MobileBridge Momentum. Now, Momentum is a marketing and loyalty ICO. They intend to use smart marketing to target customers correctly and properly, and also combine it with a cryptocurrency so a company can actually issue their own tokens as loyalty points to build their own marketing programs and encourage customers to come back. So that's what it's all about. Smart marketing. It looks very exciting. They're partnered with some big players. Their customers include Burger King and some notable others already. So this looks interesting, and let's get down to it, boppers. So a quick Google turned up a plethora of different loyalty and marketing ICOs, all with their own take on how to deliver a cryptocurrency for loyalty programs and to improve targeting customers. There was this one, rewards.com, apparently at private sale now. Haven't had a chance to look into it, but it came up in the search results on the first page. There was also this one, Bit Rewards, which might be familiar to some people, at ICO at the moment. Again, rewards and loyalty platform on the blockchain. And another one, Fluzz recently completed ICO, met its hard cap, and it's more of a money back loyalty program, I think, Fluzz. So not directly in competition with Momentum, but I thought I'd mention it anyway. And there's a couple others. This Easy token, it looks Vietnamese. Don't know anything about it at all. And then another decentralized loyalty, this is called. So they're coming thick and fast. There is a lot of them. None of them look as professional as Momentum, it has to be said. And then there's this Nucleus Vision, which I've reviewed already. They decided not to have an ICO, stiffed all their supporters pretty much, basically. And the difference with this one is they're actually trying to get real data from bricks and mortar retailers and transfer that onto how they're going to market to consumers. So there's a little bit of difference between them all. But the competition, I mean, I could probably list another 20 if I had the time and put the effort into just finding them and comparing each of them. But it's a competitive space, loyalty programs, marketing. It's an industry that's ideally suited for the blockchain. So expect it to be competitive. So the problems are highlighted on the website, and we've dealt with marketing ICOs before, so those of you that watch my reviews should be fairly familiar with the common problems. The first one is traditional marketing is often disliked by customers. They're often badly timed, lack in personalization, and result in spam. And that is the truth, because we get emails telling us, there's money off. We get SMS messages saying, a special offer, and they're not welcome. They get sent to us odd times for things that we may not be interested in. So, the whole point of this Momentum smart marketing is to actually target people at the correct time. Say, for example, about lunchtime, if you're in the area of a Burger King, for example, and you're hungry, and they know that you go to Burger King, or you have been in the past, then they will send you some offer or some customer rewards should you choose to go and eat in Burger King at that particular time. So that's what I mean about smart marketing, and that will hopefully take over from the traditional hard sell marketing at the moment. So it'll be targeted to you. It will take into account your personal preferences, your location, and several other factors that it needs to make an informed decision about what to reward you. And also, loyalty programs repeatedly fail as consumers lack a sense of value and ownership, and points offer no real value, often expire and are wasted. And that's definitely the truth. For example, I shop at a local supermarket here in Thailand. I'm part of their loyalty program, but I have no idea how many loyalty points I've got, how I can use them, what I can spend them on. You know, it really is a ridiculous way of doing business and rewarding customers. There isn't any interaction. I don't get any information about how many loyalty points I've got. A letter might arrive once every few weeks telling me, you know, and it's usually ignored and thrown in the bin. So by using cryptocurrency and having an app and be able to monitor the amount of tokens or rewards that you get is essential to sort of keeping interest, maintaining interest in it, and again, having a sense of value and ownership. And the other point that sort of compounds the you know, the lack of sense of value and ownership is that the money wasted in North America alone is $100 billion a year. And of course, that wasted potential can be used to transform customers into happy and active brand ambassadors. And I think, and I agree with that, because if you get rewards, even if you get a little something for shopping at a certain place or going to a certain place and spreading the word about the venue or telling people about it, if you get rewarded, it gives you that sense of being part of it. And you know, that drives your interest and your brand loyalty as well. So that's definitely something that Momentum are going to look at implementing. And it's exciting because traditional ways of marketing are outdated now, and we need a fresh approach. So the solution, according to Momentum, is to implement a platform for marketing and loyalty on the blockchain. And they've got some smart ideas and technology behind it, and how they're going to go about it is quite innovative. So just briefly looking at the website to get an idea of what they want to do, they want to have this mobile marketing automation solution. So they basically target users based on different data, including location, user attributes, for example, and also your previous behavior. So it'll be smart marketing in essence. So you won't get overloaded with spam. It's not a hard sell here. You know, you will be targeted as and when the AI thinks that you should be targeted. You will also get rewarded as a consumer. So they're going to reward you for your time and your activity as well. There will be user-managed data drives for better user experiences. So, you know, it will optimize your journey and your offers, and that will be based on the data that they collect, provided by the consumers themselves. Your loyalty rewards will be portable, so you'll be able to swap them over for other reward programs from other companies, which I think may be the game changer here, because at the moment it's really not possible to swap loyalty points in the real world. And also they will understand and optimize the return of investment. So detailed analytics will provide insight in user behavior and effectiveness of the marketing spend as well. And there will be, of course, data transparency and security because it's on the blockchain. Referring to the white paper now and looking at the market, mobile marketing is a massive, massive multi-billion-dollar marketplace, and it's anticipated to grow at almost 30% year on year and triple in size, can you believe, to more than $99 billion US by 2021. And the addressable market for this particular project, for MobileBridge Momentum, is approximately $9 billion. So a massive, massive potential here. And again, you know, more people are using mobiles. Internet is getting better, so it's you know, it's the natural way it's moving at the moment over to mobile marketing. Coupons, card schemes, all in the past and will be soon. You know, again, I go back to my example of the supermarket that I shop at. They use an antiquated card scheme. You get a number, or you can tell them your phone number at the check-in desk, and they reward you points every time you spend money. You know, that's an antiquated method of loyalty program that will be outdated. And the mobile programs, even over here in Thailand, they're starting to become ubiquitous now. You know, but they don't offer the same sort of rewards and user interaction as a tokenized system on the blockchain will. And that's why I believe these marketing and loyalty programs on the blockchain are quite innovative and quite important. So the target markets for MobileBridge Momentum are immediately the retail market and also quick service restaurants. I assume that to be fast food restaurants, as they both typically have a great mobile community with users looking to connect online and offline. And then they're going to move into travel, bank, insurance, and also automotive. So they've already done their market research, and again, I'll reiterate that I believe these marketing programs will become mobile-based, and the old way of coupons, credit card type reward programs, that type of thing, will be antiquated and therefore go the way of the dodo. So the blockchain they're using is the Ethereum blockchain. The token will be an ERC20 Ethereum token, and they have not got blockchain technology implemented yet. They do have an app, they do have a minimum viable product, so it's important to note that, but they are going to implement the blockchain and their tokenized system in the near future. So this is basically the stack here. For you that are technically minded, this gives you a little idea of how they're planning it and how they're setting it up. So just a quick word about the blockchain infrastructure here. They say in the white paper that they think the Ethereum platform is the correct blockchain to use for the rollout of the Momentum token, based on the fact it is the most mature and enterprise ready for the client base that they serve. They also say that Ethereum's got exceptional support in the market and is extremely proactive in keeping the platform secure and operational. Its ability to sustain transactional growth, including the transactions supporting the recent viral CryptoKitties phenomenon, is evidenced in the chart here. So that's the reason for them choosing the Ethereum blockchain. So basically what they're going to do now is they've got this MobileBridge, which is their app, and they now need to integrate it with the blockchain technology, with the Ethereum blockchain. Onto the tech section now, and while I'm not going to talk about the real technical aspects of the blockchain and everything, I think we can do all that research for ourselves. I will talk about some of the cool features of the app and how it really works in delivering the correct marketing to the consumer. And they're basically going to follow the consumer throughout the entire life cycle. So, when the consumer identifies a brand for the first time, and then is deliberating whether over purchasing, perhaps makes a purchase or not, that will be evaluated, as will after the purchase and into the future. So whenever the consumer does a review or tells their friends over social media or something, all this will be evaluated and calculated, and obviously will be applied to the marketing campaign as well. So there are a few examples in the white paper. The first one is here. To incentivize people to use the platform, you've got to reward them, and all these different companies will have their own loyalty programs on the back of the Momentum platform, which is again one of the selling points for this this particular ICO. So for example, let's use Burger King as an existing customer of MobileBridge as an example. If the customer is then on the app, Burger King app, looking at perhaps eating Burger King in the future, thinking about what he's going to have for dinner, the app will then, the marketing program will then say, fill in your profile, you share your data, you fill in your profile, and then you get rewarded, and it's as simple as that. And that way, there's been a transaction there between you as the consumer giving your data, for a reward in the loyalty points from Burger King. Another important way to incentivize the consumer is also to get them to interact with the community. That spreads your brand name as well. So for example, if you purchase a product from a store and then later on you review it, you will get rewarded in the loyalty points for writing the review and sharing that with your friends. And then it encourages you also to go back into the store and spend those loyalty points at a later date. And final example here is the loyalty program. So if you're using a store or an app on a regular basis, you get loyalty points for sharing with your friends. So you send invites to your friends, you share it, you get the tokens, the loyalty points, and then you go and spend them in the store. So the key here is to give value for the brand, and they expand their brand awareness and encourage consumers to actually spend money on their products. But as a consumer, you also get value as well. So you get rewards, you will get treated as an individual. You get marketing that's geared towards you yourself, not just as a group of people. You'll be able to get better service, given that the brand or the shop or whatever will know you in a more intimate way, and you don't get spammed as well, which I guess is good. And again, the value for the brand is purely in encouraging more consumers to use their brand and purchase more products from them. So Momentum is a utility token, ERC20 token on the Ethereum blockchain, as I already mentioned. It is a rewards and loyalty token first and foremost, so it will be used to reward consumers for their attention, their business, their brand advocacy, and data insights as well. It will also be a gateway token. The Momentum token enables consumers to convert company branded loyalty rewards into Momentum tokens, which in turn can be exchanged for other reward tokens or cryptocurrencies. It will be a platform payment currency. So if you're a company using the MobileBridge Momentum platform, you pay for it in Momentum tokens. And it will just be a normal cryptocurrency as well, an encrypted, decentralized digital currency holding value and transferred between peers. So as a company, you're probably going to wonder, what rewards you want to give your consumers if they engage in your loyalty program. And in the white paper, you can see here the almost unlimited ways that you can reward your consumers. So if they purchase a product, you can reward them. If they get a friend to buy, visit the shop, fill in your profile, use a coupon, fill in a poll, update their profile, post your stuff on Facebook, post a product review, tweet your purchase. Really many ways to get the customer to engage with your brand. Onto the red flag section now, and there are no red flags for this project that I could find. No scam warnings, the team's real, the partnerships are all real, and the only thing I did find was this Momentum marketing group, not the same company as MobileBridge Momentum, it must be said. So this is a completely different company, and there's employees saying that this Momentum Incorporated, I think it is in Cincinnati, are a brainwash pyramid scam, not to be confused with MobileBridge Momentum. So just to get that clarified. So the ICO is scheduled for the 26th of March and will last for 4 weeks or until hard cap is achieved. Now, if we just scroll up a little bit here, we can see the details of the token sale. Here we are. The soft cap is 2.5 million euros. Their target is 25 million euros, and their hard cap is 42 million euros. The total supply is 1 billion tokens, and the tokens for sale, 50% of the total, are 500 million. So token price is 0.1 of a euro and 12 cents in US dollars. So 50% tokens will be sold during the crowd sale, 33% will be held in strategic reserve at MobileBridge, 5% will be long-term team retention, 5% will be third-party launch costs, 3% for the MobileBridge team, and 3% for the bounty program, and 2% will be given to advisors. So another couple of important things to point out, they do have a bonus scheme going. It's from 5 to 15%, dependent on volume and supply from week 1, going right through to week 4 where there's no bonus offered. And all bonus tokens will be vested for a period of 12 months. You won't get them until after the 12 months is over. Also, the strategic reserve that was allocated they will be frozen for a minimum of 3 years. The other important thing to note here, that any tokens left unsold at the end of the ICO will be burned. Team tokens will vest as well, another 12 months for them from the start date of the sale period. There is an additional 5% that have been set aside for additional long-term retention for existing and newer team members, but none of those tokens have been allocated yet, and they won't be allocated before 1st of January 2019. And even then, they will also be subject to a vest. So MobileBridge Momentum are having a bounty campaign. There's a generous 2% of the total token supply given to the bounty campaign. That is 20 million tokens total. So plenty to go around. The distribution will be as follows. The campaigns for Twitter will receive 7.5%, translation moderation 10%, signature campaigns for the forum 30%, LinkedIn 5%, content creation 30%, newsletter 5%, YouTube campaign 2.5%, Telegram advertising 2.5%, Crypto Compare 2.5%, and a bonus of 5%. As usual, the rules must be followed. You'll need to sign up for their Telegram group and their Amazix Bounties channel as well. And other rules will follow depending on which bounty campaign you're participating in. So the reason we look at the roadmap is to see how long they're going to take to actually get a working product with a blockchain functioning. They already have the MobileBridge loyalty module. They built that last year, and then they've been planning for the blockchain as well. So the token sale will happen obviously Q1 2018, and then the infrastructure will start to be developed. They hope that the functional development will kick off in Q2 2018, and then throughout 2018, the rest of 2018, they will integrate the tokenization of the system and user profiles on the blockchain. By 2019, we can see them extending the existing loyalty programs they've got. Moving into 2020, there will be store promotions and assets as well, and then beyond that, loyalty infrastructure and positioning. Looking at the team, they are a team with a proven track record. They're not just blowing their own trumpets. Keith DeVos is the CEO. He is a former SVP product at Hybris. Now, just as an aside, Hybris was sold to SAP for, I think, $1.5 billion. So anybody that was involved in the startup of Hybris pretty much knows what they're doing. I think we can call them successful entrepreneurs. So Keith has 15 years global leadership experience, and he's worked for or worked with brands like Walmart, Argos, and Tesco, which is ideally suited to what he's doing now with brand loyalty, commerce strategy, etc. Moving on to Eyal Oster, he's the president and the founder, and he is one of MobileBridge's co-founders, and he has experience in startups. He's an expert in mobile digital marketing automation and loyalty programs as well. Ariel Ludi is the chairman, and he's former CEO of Hybris as well. He was one of Europe's most successful technology leaders and an investor in around 20 most innovative technology startups, including MobileBridge. He's the former CEO of Hybris, and he's previously held senior roles at Salesforce, Oracle, and Broadvision. So the top tier management team there, no doubting their expertise and ability. And due to the experience and prowess of the other team members, I think we'll have a little look at them as well. So we've got Jack Sinclair. He is vice president of technology. He's also a blockchain expert. He has been involved with centralized and decentralized cloud architectures, which are obviously important for this project being cloud-based. And he's also been a senior consultant with Fortune 50 companies. Shlomo Cohen, board member, managing director of Intel. What more do you need to say there, really? Lior Levon is the chief technical officer. He's also a co-founder, and he started at Palm Incorporated and has had a number of senior roles in different mobile and location-based technology companies. So again, the strength of the team here is not in question. The advisory body is no less impressive than the team. I would consider this project to have an all-star team. And as such, I think there's no question as to whether they can implement they really are an all-star team. If you look at some of the experience behind some of these guys, we're looking at companies like Amazon, Expedia, SAP, even Shell, and MasterCard. So yeah, none of the advisors lack experience or know-how either. So very reassuring. So for partners, I'll use the white paper. It makes it easier for me. Amazix are an ICO partner. They are a community management and engagement firm, so they'll watch all their social media, ensure everybody gets the answers that they want. Avagon are a consulting firm, and they assist companies in the early stage of research into using blockchain or distributed ledger technologies. And whether it's right for your company to actually use it. Fusion ICO is a professional marketing and financial services boutique focused on crypto and blockchain. And Blonde 2.0 is a PR agency helping to promote this crowd sale. And Mars Media is a creative agency specialized in delivering high quality design and development solutions for online and offline media. So very interesting, but the even more interesting part of it is the implementation and tech partners, and they are of no small value whatsoever. They are Deloitte, Salmon, Capgemini or Capgemini, SAP, BT, that's British Telecom for those of you that don't live in the UK, Reply, and Digitas LBI. And I just wanted to point out as well that their technology integrates with leading digital platforms from SAP, Hybris, Salesforce, and Adobe as well. While not partners or official partners by any standards of the imagination, they are here as customers, and they note Pirelli, Bilka, Plus, Burger King, Galbani, Praxis, and Volkswagen as well. Those are big customers, and they'll bring in a lot of revenue. So community support now, and it's very small for this ICO currently because it only launched the bounty campaign, I believe, yesterday. So we're in the very embryonic stages of this project. Let's hope it can bring the community behind it, because it needs a community to succeed, and it needs the hype behind it to succeed in the crowd sale as well. So let's look at the Telegram group. I believe only have around 188 members, 403 members at the moment. So that's quite good. It's better than I thought it was. And the Twitter, yeah, they've only got 188 followers on Twitter. So as I said, very early days at the moment, and the community needs to get behind this project to get it traction. Once again, it is verdict time, and let's start off with the positives. So number one, the MobileBridge platform is already built, the technical specifications are in the white paper, and it's being used by clients already. So basically all they need to do is apply the blockchain technology, the tokenization, and away we go. Number two, this could be very disruptive to the industry, bringing the blockchain and tokenization to the loyalty programs and marketing is exactly what the industry is calling out for. Number three, very important to note that it rewards the user of the app. So if you're actually using the system, you'll get rewarded by just filling in your profile data, to doing reviews, so many ways that you'll get rewarded with the tokens, and the loyalty point program tokens from the different companies that are using it. Number four, is the low token price. I always say my sweet spot is between 1 and 10 cents, and this is no exception, just creeping in at 10 cents. And number five, another positive here, is the vesting schedules and token burn, and obviously if they don't meet their hard cap, they will burn the excess tokens, but also the vesting schedules are quite fair. All bonus tokens will be subject to a vested period, and so will team tokens, etc. Number 6, they have an all-star team and advisory body. There's no question over implementation here. They all have proven entrepreneurial experience. They're all pretty impressive, and yeah, I mean, you know, this is something that they're really going to get their teeth into, I feel. Number 7, no less important than the team, is the stellar partnerships that this company has already. SAP, British Telecom, you know, just to name 2. This will really drive the project to success, in my opinion. Number 8, I mentioned it very briefly in the partner section. They have had big name clients before, so they know how to deal at that top level. You know, Burger King, Volkswagen. You know, they're not small potatoes. Those are real big players. And if they're using this sort of marketing platform, and they're interested in using the new Momentum blockchain app that the company's now building, you know, the world's your oyster, really. The sky's the limit. Number 9, they're already realizing revenue through their MobileBridge platform and the existing clients. And number 10, it's important to note that this really has a real token utility. There's a use for the token. It's not just, you know, this is we're doing the blockchain just for the sake of it. The token really has a proper utility here in the form of rewards, and to buy into the loyalty programs for the companies that are willing to run their own loyalty programs, and also you can exchange the loyalty program rewards for the Momentum token as well. And number 11, again, just to reiterate what I just said, the blockchain really works here. It really is the type of you know, the type of project that benefits from using the blockchain technology. Number 12, not that important, but it's certainly well put together, the material. So there are a few negatives with the project. As you can imagine, I don't pull any punches. There is no code on GitHub. Now, this is not an open source project, so I didn't expect there to be you know, details of the app and everything else there, but I would have liked to seen a smart contract for the token sale. I have spoken to the admin on Telegram, and they say that may be a consideration in the future, so whether they put that up there, who knows. I always feel that if they, you know, if a company is doing an ICO and they show their smart contract on GitHub, it reassures us as investors that they are legitimate, and also it gives people a chance to look over the code and look for any errors or any bugs. Number 2, I believe and I feel the hard cap is too high for this project. They're looking to raise 25 million euros. That should be the hard cap, in my opinion. You know, going higher than that, almost to double the amount, is too high for a project of this magnitude. That's my opinion. Number 3, this hopefully will change in the near future. There's low community support for this project, but as you can see, with the backing of the partners, the team and everything else, this has surely got to grow. Community's got to realize that. So let's hope that it will grow before the ICO and during the ICO and when it hits the exchanges. And again, partly due to the low community support behind it at this particular time, there is very low hype. Nobody's really talking about it. So let's hope, again, that changes. And number 5, the final negative here. In fact, it's not the final negative. There are a couple more. This may have a higher market cap than I would have liked when it goes onto the exchanges. So I think with a 10-cent token price and a circulating supply, provided they meet the hard cap of around, say, 520 million, we're looking at about a $52 million market cap. And that's fairly high, because a new project of this size, you know, you really want it to be able to grow maybe 3 to 5-fold, you know, as soon as it hits the exchanges, and, you know, maybe even 10-fold if it's got a lot of hype behind it. But you know, if this has got a $52 million market cap, when it goes on the exchanges, its scope for growth is relatively limited unless it gets hyped, you know, beyond all imagination. Let's hope it does. But, you know, a growth from 52 to say 150 million is possible, but from 52 to a billion, or from 52 to 500 million, you know, that's going to be a lot more difficult to achieve. I'm not saying it's going to be impossible, but it is more difficult. And number 6, there is stiff competition in marketing and loyalty on the blockchain. They have a lot of competitors. This project certainly seems a lot more polished than others, and as such, I think this will stand out amongst the competition. You know, it remains to be seen though. We'll need to wait and see. But you know, from what I see, based on the other competitors, this one is leading. And number 7, they have a vague and unclear roadmap. The roadmap isn't concise enough. It doesn't tell me what I want to know. It just basically says blah, 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 blah. We're going to do this in Q2. We're going to do that. You know, very general, not specific enough for my liking. And that needs rethought, I think. So my verdict is the top level partners and clients should keep this project above its rivals. I'm going to give this project 4 stars out of 5 based on what I know about it already. Again, you know, it's only really let down by its lack of community support and hype, which I'm sure will be solved before the ICO kicks off on the 26th of March. You know, I also think that putting a smart contract on GitHub would go a long way to reassuring investors as well. But, you know, I have a couple of concerns about it. It's in a competitive space. You know, why are they having an ICO? You know, when they can, you know, they should be raising revenue from their existing clients and building the project internally without external funding. You know, there's a few little niggles that it makes it lose a star. But overall, I'm very bullish on this project. I think it's a truly disruptive project, and again, I think it can take on the competition quite easily. The team are very good. It has all the right attributes to be a successful project. So good luck with it, guys. I hope it works out for you. And will I be investing? Well, yes, I probably will. Near the time, I'll know for definite. But at the moment, yeah, it's looking very, very enticing at the moment. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, please like, please subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you think of MobileBridge Momentum ICO. Are you going to be investing? Let me know, and let me know if you know any other ICOs you want me to review. As ever, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is just purely for entertainment purposes and should be not construed as financial advice under any circumstances. So that being said, please, you know, if you're going to invest in ICOs, bear in mind that they do pose inherent risk, and that you should never invest more than you can afford to lose. Always